America's gambling fever continues to bust out. Is it harmful to society? Hello, this is ChartGPT Today. You know, Americans have lost a staggering $245 billion on sports betting since it became legalized in 2018. You know, here this chart here shows you the sports betting revenue. Of course, this is the revenue, that doesn't count the payouts. But they are making a fortune, these companies that are doing sports betting. And obviously people want to do it, so they will do it. And here's the map of where it's legal, where it's not legal. You can check out your state. Some notables here is California and Texas. It's still not legal, but then some of the others is. A few limbos there, so interesting there. Getting into the reasons why, since sports betting, things need to gamble more for the same feeling of excitement. Okay, but people are beginning to realize that these gambling has caused them not to pay their bills, you know, in economic hard times. So you can see that the results in terms of how does it affect the society have not been good. Of course, we've been doing a lot. Here's the revenue in terms of local state lottery revenue in the United States. It's just been off the charts since it originated in around the 1977 period. And Americans' feelings on gambling has been more morally acceptable. Not hugely, but a bit. So it's amazing that even with this rise in participation, Americans basically are neutral on this from the very beginning. So that's a lot of people do like to go to casinos. But then it gets back to this, is money the root of all evil? Does this desire to get rich quick? And of course, if you're on the poorer end, you think it is, and then on the upper end, you say it's not. It's more success because you have been more successful. So most people think that they're successful is not evil, which is probably not surprising. Of course, we've seen these capitalism versus socialism. The younger you are, the more socialistic you are. The older you get, you want to keep what you got. And so that indicates that people basically sometimes flee to gambling in order to get rich quick. Here's kind of a topology of the different types of gamblers. Some people think they're making wise decisions. Some people play for social. People go along for the ride. Some people think they're lucky, got money to burn, me time, just what I do, and for the money. But there's not. Most people are doing it for psychological rushes. Here's another chart on why do people gamble. They think they're, this is a rise from one year to the next. The probability to win, mostly fun and entertainment, for a good cause. Sometimes there's raffles involved. It's a hobby, social. But a few people think they can actually make money, but sometimes it goes overboard, and the rush of the excitement. But here's kind of an interesting thing here in terms of, is it good for society? Typically what they call it is a tax on the stupid, because most of these, obviously the house mostly wins, right? Very few payouts except for the odds and ends, except for the very few exceptions. Here's a kind of like the typical spend of a person making under 20. It's a 2% tax. Now, even though a person making 80 or plus, they spend more, but if you look at it on a percentage basis, it's a lot less. So the tax, we call it the gambling stupid tax, is much higher for the poor. And of course, now you can agree or disagree. You can give us your opinion in the post link in the description box to say, is gambling good for society or not? And of course, here's the typical reasons why a lot of societies and local areas want to get rid of it, because from an individual perspective all the way to a public policy. You can read here the addiction, bankruptcy, damage relation. I've seen people get divorced over this. And then, of course, it tends to attract crime, violence, and, of course, it creates all kinds of health costs to society. So some people think that that this gambling causes those things. What's your opinion? Give us in the poll. We asked the AI what some basic reasons people gamble. You can check that out in the description box. So, shall we live and let live? Or is gambling harmful to society? Don't forget to subscribe.